Hey there. I heard some guys talking here the last little while about how expensive fly fishing is and how they can't afford to do it, can't afford to get into it, even though they'd like to. And I always tell guys like that, it isn't that expensive. I used to play golf. Golf's expensive. Equipment's expensive. Playing golf's expensive. Fly fishing, by comparison, is pretty cheap. And in fact, you can be equipped with at least entry level equipment for under $200 ready to fish. So thought I'd show you guys some of the examples of some of the equipment that I use all the time. And none of it is overly expensive. I basically fund my fly fishing habit by collecting bottles and going to the bottle depot. Like, I don't spend a ton of money on the stuff that I use. So just thought I'd show you some of the equipment that I use that is entry level and is easily affordable. So start off, what do you really need? You need a rod. You need a rod, a reel, line, leader. So you can find these online. This is what I bought. This is a 7/8 weights Thor. It's a brand. It's an off-brand. It's made in China, whatever. But it's a decent rod and reel. I use it all the time. It's in all of my videos. And this whole setup cost me under $100 to fully equip. The rod was just over $30, and I'll put all the links and stuff in the description below here. But the rod was $30, shipped for free. The reel, which is a machined aluminum reel with a disc drag. Yeah, it looks shiny and fancy. It's not, but it looks that way, and it's functional, and it works good enough for what I need. That was $31, again, shipped. And then I bought fly line online. It was $13.30. It's floating line. It's got a welded loop. So it's super easy to connect to a leader. So with fly line, $13.30 and some backing. Backing was cheap, and I think I got $10 backing. To have the fly reel completely equipped and ready to go. And then I spent a few bucks on some leaders. Leaders are, they can be a little bit pricey, but I bought some 8-foot leaders and some tippets. Between leaders and tippet, that was maybe looking at about another 15 bucks. So you got rod and reel fully equipped and ready to go for about $100, $110. What else do you need? Well, you need flies. And flies can run money if you're buying a lot of them or different kinds or whatever. I tie my own, but that doesn't exactly always save you money. But a fly box, with flies, this fly box here is waterproof. It's got a nice clip system, rubber gasket all the way around. Holds, I think the ad said it held 182 flies. I don't know, I never get that many in there. But it's waterproof. It's super durable. I've dropped it on the rocks. It doesn't crack or break. And flies, sometimes you can find those, online or in the bargain bin for, about $1 a piece. So, pretty good deals all around on those. So let's say you can get a box full of flies for about another, $50. So we're up to about $150, $160. What else do you really need? Waders, probably. I know a lot of guys will fish without waders, but the rivers I fish are cold, and I wouldn't want to be in them without waders on. So I went to Walmart, and the first season I fished, I bought PVC waders, and they were $40. Boot cleated bottom waders, $50, $40, $40 I think they were. So there you go, under $200 and you're ready to fish. Now, do you want to wear PVC boot-footed cleated waders? Probably not. So for a little bit more money, you can invest in a set of breathable waders and boots. So this set here, I've got White River, breathable waders. They were just over $120. And then I bought some Simms wading boots. Those are Freestone wading boots. And they were I've seen them online for under $100. So yeah, you can spend a little bit more money and get breathable waders, and they're reasonable. I'm hard on equipment because I walk a lot, but they still lasted pretty well. They needed some repair on the inseams here and there, but they did a pretty good job. Now I've replaced them with better waders, but entry level again, it can get you in there for under $300 to get breathable waders and boots. But just to get started, certainly you can save yourself some money there. All right, so you've gone out fly fishing a few times, you've caught a few fish, you decide you really like this. Now you want better gear than just the bare minimum. So did you need to go out and dump $1,000 on gear? No, you can still get stuff that's high quality, that gets the job done for a reasonable price if you're willing to look online and willing to not have the name brand stuff on your, wearing around on the river all the time. So I found this this wading vest / backpack, because I like to carry a lot of stuff. I walk a long way, so I carry a backpack. This is a wading vest / backpack. It looks just like the name brand version. It's got all the same features. It's probably made in the same factory in China, but it's way cheaper. This pack online you can purchase with free shipping for around $45, and it comes with all kinds of cool features. Obviously, it's got big pockets here for you to put your fly boxes in. It's got attachments on it for all kinds of other gear. It's got a rod holding loop. It's got a buckle inside as well as a zipper to zip it back up. And like I said, it's also a backpack. Obviously, I've got my net and stuff attached to that as well. But it's got a pretty good sized reservoir on the back there. I carry a platypus bag, a 2-liter platypus bag, like a Camelback kind of thing, full of water in there, a lunch, some various other gear. You can see I've got my net and my machete on there as well. Like, is that stuff you need? No, my wife feels better if I have a machete and I have a can of bear mace on there as well. She feels better if I go fishing in the mountains and I have those things. To be perfectly honest, I feel a little better too. If I'm carrying those, again, a can of bear mace, you really can't cheap out on that. You got to buy that, and it's going to be $30 at least for a can of that. The machete, I got that for $32 at Canadian Tire. You can get them online cheaper than that, but I found it was hard to get them shipped. For some reason, they didn't want to have big giant knives shipped in the mail. So having a net, always a good idea. I found that I really like the magnetic clip. So I have this magnetic clip system here on the back. So when I catch a fish, I just give it a yank and the magnet disconnects and I can net the fish. And then as long as I get this anywhere close, it clips back on there and it's back on my back and I'm carrying it easily. So yeah, the net, I got rubber mesh, rubber bag, because that's easier on the fish. Wooden handles, because I thought the wood kind of looked natural and cool. And that net ended up costing me, I think, about $24 shipped. And yeah, you're going to spend a little bit more money once you get into it. But again, all my gear put together is still less than $500. Can you take shortcuts? Can you do some things yourself? Yeah. You probably want to protect your rod. Even if it's a cheap rod like mine, I want to protect it. So I built my own rod tube out of PVC. Saw this guy on the Twig and Timber YouTube channel, showed how to do it, and so I built one. And you can stick your rod in there. It's super cheap. This whole thing, built, parts and everything, ended up costing me less than $20. And then just got a screw on top and my rod fits in there, and it actually clips onto my pack. I carry a spare rod in that for emergencies, like I accidentally snap my rod or something like that. Although every time I take that along, I don't snap a rod. So I've never actually snapped my cheap rod. My Thor rod is never broken, knock on wood. I've actually snapped my more expensive rod several times. So but it stays in if I keep it in that rod tube. I've always got an extra, and it was super cheap to make. So yeah, you can definitely fly fish for and get reasonable looking equipment that is absolutely 100% functional, and you can do it for under $500, as long as you're, again, not too ashamed to not be wearing the latest name brands and stuff like that. Yeah, so if you got questions or anything like that, or you like the video, leave a like and fire off some comments. Happy to answer anything there. But like I say, I'm the budget fly fisher, and I do it a lot. Basically, all it costs me now is gas. So I'm more than willing to pay that. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.